Hi, I am here today to talk to you about tuberculosis. Tuberculosis is second only to HIV/AIDS as a giant killer worldwide. It's a disease that is killing most people after HIV/AIDS that is caused by a single infectious agent. In 2012, the data for which is available with the WHO, approximately 8.6 million people got the disease, and out of which 1.3 million people died. So you can imagine the impact tuberculosis has on global scale. Of most of these deaths from tuberculosis and the cases occur in poor and developing countries where nutrition is poor and crowded people live in crowded small spaces. Most of these therefore occur in two areas, Asia and sub-Saharan Africa. In Asia, because of the large population in China and India, they contribute a great deal to the burden of tuberculosis worldwide, as also in sub-Saharan Africa because of the prevalence of HIV/AIDS in sub-Saharan Africa. If you talk about HIV/AIDS, TB is responsible for 1/5 of all deaths that occur from HIV/AIDS. It's a very, very big killer of people who are living with HIV/AIDS. The estimated number of people getting tuberculosis is declining. However, the decline is very slow. But with adequate and with now reasonably good program to control tuberculosis, the deaths from tuberculosis have declined 45% from 1990 to 2012. Now, how does the disease occur? The disease is caused by a bacteria which is called Mycobacterium tuberculosis. It is spread from one person to another by droplet infection. When a person sneezes, coughs, or spits, he disseminates these bacteria in the environment, and the other persons around him breathe it. As a result, you will be surprised to know that 1/3 of people worldwide are infected with tuberculosis, although they may not have any active disease. The chances of a person getting tuberculosis is approximately, the person infected with Mycobacterium tuberculosis is approximately 10% that he might get that is active disease. However, the risk is 30 to 40 times more in people who have HIV/AIDS. So the risk of infection in people with HIV/AIDS is much higher. If a person who develops active tuberculosis is not treated, it is estimated that he will infect approximately 10 to 15 people around him. And this is how the disease slowly spreads. About active tuberculosis, when it occurs when a patient's nutrition is poor or when the immunity levels are down, as in cases with diabetes, HIV/AIDS, or just malnourished, when people get malnourished. That's why the prevalence of tuberculosis is more in underdeveloping countries. However, it is not unknown in developed countries either. The symptoms may be slow and chronic at outset. They have only cough. The patient may have only a mild cough to begin with, and some lassitude, that is, some lack of energy that he feels. Slowly he develops a low-grade fever over months, over weeks, and sometimes months. Develops a cough, which may be productive. May other symptoms that, as the disease progresses, other symptoms come on. He may develop a fever which comes on in the late afternoon or in the evening, and he may bring out blood in his sputum. He may also have chest pain, lose his appetite, and slowly over a period of time lose a lot of weight. Now, these symptoms occur, they may be more subtle in people who are otherwise well nourished. That is, that the systemic symptoms may not be so remarkable. So, I would advise that if a person has a cough that is not going away for more than 2 or 3 weeks, or if he develops a fever that comes on which is low grade or comes on in the evening, develops chest pain or brings out blood in his cough, he should immediately go to his general physician and get a consultation from him for further investigations. Thank you.